You are listening in to the Marty Hendricks podcast. I'm here with my good friend Tsang. He is a self-described buoyant content creator who has amassed a vibrant community of 15,000 followers on LinkedIn, posting content about networking and community building. He also does a ton of leadership and community building around campus at my school, Santa Clara University. He has a lot of valuable things to bring to the conversation about networking, community building, and the art of being yourself. Sean, it's really great to have you today.
Yes, Marty. It's great meeting you too. I really miss seeing you at SCU campus.
I miss you too, man. First question. So, Sean, networking is clearly something that is very important to you, and it's at the center of a lot of what you talk about on your LinkedIn with your community. Why have you taken such an interest in networking in particular? What in your story led you to being really passionate about networking?
Yeah. So originally, I thought I was an introvert, but for some reasons, I don't know why. Maybe I was born with it. I slowly found out that I also actually love to talk with people and meeting with people since my high school time. And so I always push myself out of my comfort zone, trying to connect with as many people as possible. And I also noticed that like just connecting and engaging with people isn't enough. Value exchange is also important. So I tried to hosting something like social, like weekend days, like social Saturdays and Sundays. These were something that I found in early 2024, I guess, on LinkedIn that I found was really, really useful. And I was very worried about if my account will getting flagged because I was experienced a few LinkedIn account restrictions before for some reasons. The LinkedIn algorithm sometimes they may be like oversensitive, but I don't know the underlying reason. It's fine. And fortunately, everything worked out. I got to know people worldwide and they're really friendly, knowledgeable. And what's surprising to me was that they don't really care I'm just a student or not. They really love talking with me, exchanging values, and now social Saturdays especially, it is not just a approach for me to engage with people, and it's not just for value exchange too, but more importantly for me, it's a safe place that values inclusivity and bring everyone together to share their ideas, their life.
Yeah, this social Saturday, what exactly does that entail? You're doing meetings with people every Saturday, or what happens on social Saturday?
So generally, in social Saturdays, people are not necessarily need to like meet with each other like in person or online. Simply, we replied to each other's comments or repost each other's posts and or videos simultaneously to share how's our life going, how's their career development going. And this space also allows the professionals that I connected with to post like new job listings, like new events, summits, and like career fairs to like bring potential people who are interested up into their network to bring meaningful interactions. That's what we usually do.
Yeah, and this is on LinkedIn. I see it on your LinkedIn, and that leads me to a follow up question. Um, a ton of my friends, especially the tech ones, keep telling me get off LinkedIn and go to X, also previously known as Twitter. Uh, but I am still on LinkedIn. I don't know. I liked it for some reason. And I want to know why you choose to build your community on LinkedIn of all platforms. Is there anything special about LinkedIn to you?
Yeah. So first of all, LinkedIn is definitely the most professional social media platform in the world, I believe. And so it is destined that it will not function like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, where you can see like silly videos from people or like people doing like different kinds of shits that are nonsense or not, excuse my language. And LinkedIn, one of the most special thing that I love about them is they don't just call the people like friends, like you added each other on like Facebook or like followers on Instagram. We usually use the word connection. Yeah, because each member, regardless or not, they should have like at least some connections, if they're active on LinkedIn. And I really love this word because connections just means that they are not just something that people mutually have in common, but it also represents like potential possibilities, infinite.
Yes. Yeah, actually, that's very insightful. Kind of the use of follow on Instagram, Twitter, uh, etc., versus connect on LinkedIn. Because on those other platforms you mentioned, like Instagram, for example, yeah, what happens when you follow someone? It's like it's almost like you follow them around, uh, like in the bushes, like stalking them, essentially, like digitally, because they're posting their life and you're just kind of like gazing through a window. Connection, you're there on their page to actually connect. For some, to use a word you used earlier, exchange value.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah, it's really insightful. Um, yeah, it's definitely people talk about LinkedIn being overly professional, but you use it in a very authentic way. You are clearly not afraid to be yourself, and that's both online and in person. And that's why me and Mia love to hang out with you and talk to you. It's always fun. How can we be more like you and not only be more in tune with who we are, but also not afraid to express that?
So to me, I think you don't have to like just search online and looking for like for example, like best approaches to be a person that everyone loves you. That's like a shit because in reality, it's impossible for everyone to like you. And to me, is that just one word, authentic, authentic, and authentic. Just treat everyone like your close friend, your family. Treat them with real respect. Engage meaningfully, not just approaching people with purposes. Because if you approach people with like any kinds of purposes, like business purposes, professional purposes, when time goes by, people can perceive you are more like a salesperson rather than like a true human that is worthy to be trusted with. So just simply love your people belong you, your family, your friends when they are besides you. Because, sometimes people will leave you for any reason, but it's fine. Just treating them with love, with respect, and most of the times they will respond you with same thing.
Yeah, in a sometimes transactional world, to do everything we can to try to break that by just giving and giving and giving without expecting a return.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you definitely inspire me to put myself out there and be more confident. Um, so, who inspires you?
I would say that it was my high school's ballet class teacher. So honestly, like during my COVID time, yeah, like 5 to 6 years ago, like COVID attacked entire world. Everyone was forced to stay in their home and meeting
Oh
people
yeah.
online. I almost destroyed myself during that time because I really felt that life seemed to be very meaningless. And so, in order to get rid of this like nonsensical sense of like meaningless, I would I just like indulged heavily in video games. If you really love video games and you play that much and you don't really care about other things, it's very terrible. Just like you eat a lot of drugs and it became a habit. And yeah, it really almost destroyed me until the time that I needed to close my classes for my junior year in high school. And for the electives list, I put a few classes in a like choreography class for my high school's dance team, a theater class, and a ballet class. I just put them there in case the other elective classes that I prioritized for wasn't letting me in. And the fate is magical, and it unbelievably put me into a intro classical ballet class. Until then, I met my teacher. She is a local in San Jose, graduated from San Jose State University with a Bachelor of Arts in History and a dance credential. And she mentioned that this dance credential allowed her to teach in high school level. So in this class, I was one of the only two guys in the class, and rest of the people are girls. But she's really, really nice. She approached everyone with respect, and she also shared her story, like how she was committed to give an equal opportunity performing arts education to people. And so, like, she shared that when she was applying for jobs, she was fortunate to had an interview with my high school's district. It's called Eastside Union High School District. And she said she was lucky that she passed her interview. But before she left, the interviewers told her that you can teach ballet in high school, but you can only teach it to white people. She was really, really angry, and she talked back to them and said, why? Performing arts is for everyone. It's not just for white people. Everyone, regardless who you are, is having the rights that you are born with to dance, to create. And she just fight with these people for like a long time. And because of her effort, our high school's ballet class can satisfy the something we call it as A to G requirements in California, which we need to satisfy for by passing all courses with a minimal grade of C or higher to apply for UC and CSU classes. This story really inspired me, and it really helped me to regain my confidence. And so I kept dancing despite I was just a beginner, and I simultaneously dive deeper into my true inner self to see what I really love for. And these few years, you mean my last 2 years in my high school, really changed me. I still appreciate her. because she not just inspired us using those stories, she also opened a lot of doors to me and other people. We had a lot of fun, a lot of dance performance opportunities, and yeah, it was just meaningful. Everyone loved us. And I still bring my energy and my confidence regained from high school to here just to inspire people. And another thing is that I am also from an underrepresented background. I'm a first generation college student, and most of my peers during my high school time is also sharing the same status. So that's another thing that really pushed me forward to make an impact and be a role model to tell people that you have the right to stay in this place. You deserve to be here.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like with your dance teacher, that generosity, inspiration can be contagious, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. I really understand that, like how contagious it is can be from a person who is like truly warm-hearted and passionate about helping people.
And at the same time, kind of the impacts of not really seeing each other in person and even post COVID. Like right now, we're doing a Zoom interview. Well, I'm in Bangkok, so it would be pretty hard to do in person, but um, I wonder if it's truly for the better our shift to a lot of hybrid and remote work post COVID.
It really depends. But to me, I'm a flexible person and I hope everyone to prioritize themselves. So I, I would say that it really depends on people. But a lot of professionals I met, they told me that if there's an opportunity, in-person engagement is always better than like hybrid or fully remote.
I think so. I think so. Um, I can't put a finger on why, but it definitely feels more healthy, right? Doesn't it feel better? Why do you think remote work just doesn't feel as fulfilling as in the moment as in person?
Because sometimes when you meet people remotely, there's always a possibility that the person shows up in front of you may not be their true selves. Everyone can hide their identities online. And as the development of artificial intelligence become like more terrible during that point, since many people are very worried about that it will replace humans, for many people, they may sometimes feel that remote engagement seemed always lacking some kind of humanity, which in-person engagement can fulfill this. So I would say that like the lack of humanity sometimes depends on different scenarios for remote engagement may causing it feel less fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean, lack of humanity. There's a lack of human. When you're in person, you're in front of pixels that simulate or look exactly like human through a big data stream indicating which color each pixel should be, but there's no actual human there. Um, so
Yeah.
what better way to connect with a human than the real thing? Sean, how are you so positive? How can I be as positive as you? You have any notes on that?
So that's really a hard question to me because I understand that everyone, including myself, is very afraid of uncertainties. Uncertainties brings you concerns because no one can predict what happens next. But I remember there's a quote from Elon Musk that was shared through one of my SU friends' personal website, said that if you wake up in a day and is hopeful for tomorrow, then it's a good day. Otherwise, it's not. Because regardless, if you cannot predict the future, then why you shouldn't try to make most out of the day that you are alive with, like doing great things, meet the people that you want to meet, eat the thing that you want to eat, play the things that you want to play, and enjoy the moments that you want to enjoy, and also travel to places that you want to travel. So I would say that for this is just don't put too many expectations into futures. There's always possibility that sometimes things will go against you, and it's pretty okay. No one is perfect in this world, and accepting your imperfection is always a lesson for everyone in their entire lifespan that they need to take with, to adapt, to accept.
Mm-hmm.
But there are always good things to happen. So lower your expectations and expecting good things happens still. There are more good things happen than bad things. Definitely. Absolutely. And also like talking good words. Do your best to avoid talking like bad words. Like I don't want to do it. Like you can change it to I will try to do it, for example, because positive words can really change your fates. Research
Mm.
shows as well.
Did you say your fates or your face?
Fates, Fate,
Fate.
your
Okay.
destiny.
Yeah. Because yeah, I wonder if you also because with the face thing, I wonder if you think positive. That put a thought into my mind where if you think positive thoughts, if that kind of shows up in your face or your facial expressions with like micro muscular kind of like movements or something, and that kind of like projects to other people
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
yeah
You
which
actually really make a very great point. So, in terms of Chinese philosophy, if a person consistently having positive thoughts in their mind and they can put it into action, then regardless how bad looking their face are, when time goes by, their face will definitely look better, and vice versa.
yeah I think yeah I think there's a truth like your thoughts kind of determine your demeanor even if you try to uh, maybe say things that are not what you think and try to fool people that way. It comes out somehow, doesn't it? It always comes out somehow what someone truly feels. I think there was a Simon Sinek thing that came up with what you were talking about having positive thoughts, and he tells a story about he was in a marathon and he was with a friend and there was uh, corn dogs like at the end of the marathon or something, and they really wanted the corn dogs. They were both exhausted because they just ran the marathon. And Simon kept saying, "Oh, let's go get those corn dogs. They look so good." And then the other person saw there was a little line in front of the corn dogs. He said, "Oh no, but the line." And Simon said, "But the corn dogs." And then the guy said, "But the line." And then Simon said, "But the corn dogs." So it's thinking about what you want versus thinking about the thing in the way of what you want, and probably thinking about what you want can have that. can foster a enthusiasm that you can carry during maybe all the enduring all the obstacles in the way. To have enthusiasm through all that failure,
Yeah,
especially
when you
with
have a goal,
yeah. Go ahead.
oh, sorry, you go ahead. Yeah, I just add on a note. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and that for sure connects to the first thing you led with, which is how it goes back to dealing with uncertainty, and that's probably really important now because we're all uncertain, as you know, in the Bay, with everything going on with technology, and we don't know what's going on. Everything changes so every week, every month. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that when you really have a goal in your mind and you feel really passionate and determined that you can realize it, your life will be very meaningful. And I feel that the point is enjoy your progress more than solely focusing on your results.
Yeah, yeah, that's healthy. That's healthy, and yeah, I think it's these kinds of maybe it's these internal mindsets, these internal ways of thinking that maybe shape how positive we are and how well we are received maybe by those around us, other than just kind of like external tactics we might try to do to be liked. It's really about changing the way we perceive. Because you, who's obviously very fun to be around and talk to all the time, uh, it seems like this is shaped by a really healthy and positive way of thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
You mentioned SCU and their I think it was a SCU person or organization who posted this Elon quote, but it got me thinking. As I mentioned before in the intro to this podcast, you do a ton of things to support SCU's many different communities. I couldn't even begin to list all of the things that you are involved with on campus, where you lead and help out on campus. What inspires you or motivates you to lead as much as you do, to have this mindset of giving, getting involved, helping out wherever you can?
Yeah, so first of all, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a first generation college student, which means that neither of my parents have a 4-year college degree. And so in college, we are a special group, and this determined that we don't have like enough sources or guidance from people that can change our life directions. And I am fortunate because SCU is a really, really expensive college and we can afford it. Another thing is that we SCU has a really great program called Lead Scholars Program, LEAD, LEAD. And it's a really mature program that especially supporting first generation students like me. And through this program, since my very first year of college, I overcame the imposter syndrome, which is known as a phenomenon that a person feels that he or she is not deserving to be in a place that he or she is actually deserved to be. And many of my first generation friends told me that they had this syndrome earlier too, because the majority of people here are like from very wealthy families and they attended like private schools and they feel that they will be less competent compared to them since they had received much better and superior resources. And so after I overcame the imposter syndrome, I've really feel that, wow, there are actually much more people than I expected that really need guidance. Yeah, they need a mentor to really support them and guide their way to find what they truly love and to succeed in their life. And so I integrated my background with my dance experiences since high school to be as involved as possible in our school. And one of the things is that after I danced classical ballet for 1 year in high school, I was fortunate to discover that there's another style of dance that is highly overlapping to classical ballet, but is still culturally distinct. We call it as like Mexican folk dance or ballet folklorico in Spanish. And so I met a lot of people that having similar backgrounds to me because people who learned US history or have a lot of Latinx friends may know that many of them are like first generation immigrants, just like our family too. And so many of them also are first gen students like me and even like undocumented. I was fortunate enough to dance with them while getting chance to dive deeper into their culture and their values and their mindset. And I found out that they shared similar mindset like me. Like we have like a dream, like to work hard to get a better life, not just for ourselves, but also for our families and giving back to people who supported us in our way. But I feel this isn't enough. I cannot just like using performing arts to broaden my impact because it's still like superficial for many people since like people perceive arts as like low paying fields while it's true, but it doesn't mean it is like valueless. And so I was still open to opportunities and I like actively explore what I can do to make most out of my college experiences to support people. And so, like, because I talked to more people than I expected in college since my first year, I was fortunate to meet different professors from especially the Department of Finance and Department of Management and Entrepreneurship in our Levy School of Business. These professors are really nice and they introduced me to various peer educator opportunities. And I am still serving as their peer educators to help first year and sophomore students, especially the ones who share similar backgrounds to me, to guide them through college and like lead them, guide them what to do to have a better college life. And I still feel that that's not enough. So I attended more events than I expected, especially SU wide and organized by places like Multicultural Center and the admission office. And I got the chance to know the people from there too. And I was fortunate enough to attended a few of their major events in the past, like a tour guide for middle school students or just like cabling for my own club, the Native American Coalition for Change, because I'm this year's treasurer and marketing chair. since SU sits in Native American land, and this really helps the people I met with to getting know deeper about what's fascinating about SCU, as well as different cultures around the world. And so overall, why I'm getting so involved is that I just don't want to stop. I just want to keep going. I want to learn. I want to meet with more people. I want to explore more meaningful ways to support people better. Since especially this age is like digitally insane, and I don't want the word humanity to be less prevalent in this society.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when you say you give back so much to SCU because you're fortunate, because you're grateful. I do find that to be unique. Because you also realize like, yeah, this place gives me imposter syndrome. And as much as kind of they do for diversity to make it not seem like that, it often feels like the diversity of SEU is, you know, the son of a Japanese private equity billionaire, and then the daughter of a Saudi sheik, and then the son of African nobility doing a group project. It's diverse on paper, but it's only really one color, which is green. um, and so, yeah, I mean, I would get not only imposter syndrome, but I would also feel like this institution doesn't really represent me, and perhaps be a little bit cynical of that. Yeah, but it's inspiring to not get cynical and instead take the approach to help out other people, and help out and make it better, and be the person that does make it truly inclusive, for students who come in first generation. I think that's
Yeah,
a unique mindset.
yeah,
This was a great podcast. Yeah, I just wanted to again, I always have a great time whenever you come and see me in Mia, whether it's at AI club events or just around campus. And I'm happy you wanted to come on, and I was able to kind of learn a bit more about how you do so much on campus, and how you always have such a positive kind of authentic way of communication and networking and value exchange and all these things. So thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up here?
yeah, definitely. I especially really love that you and Mia are like tabling really often for like AI collaborate at campus, that you guys are not just tabling to me, because I can see that you guys are also passionate within the fields that you guys are in, but you guys are also full of humanity, and you guys were also committed to share it, to support people, and giving people an opportunity to get involved with this field, to tell them that even in this digital age, they are still welcomed. Their humanity is still valued. And so that's why I really feel that you guys are hidden gems, like for real, SU community. And I'm very grateful too, like for you to give me this opportunity here too, to share my own experiences while meeting you again. Since few months, you just leave our campus for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing the kind words. And unfortunately, the way that this kind of Thailand study abroad thing works, I don't come back to SCU until the fall, so it's gonna be a minute. Same with Mia.
It's fine. Even if I become an alum, I will still come back to visit.
Yeah,
So
you're a
who
senior.
knows
That's
if
right.
one day I will come back again as a surprise? Who knows?
Yeah, and you'll be probably in the area, right? Because that's where you're from.
Yeah, I'm in San Jose. I'm local. If I want, it's just less than 15 minutes away.
Incredible, incredible. Maybe you should come out to Chicago in the meantime too. That's where we'll be.
Yeah, I've never been to Chicago. Really
Come out,
hope
man.
that I can visit there soon.
Yeah, it's the Windy City. We got we got great food here, but you feel really bad after. It's a little too good in that way. Big old deep dish, greasy deep dish pizza. You'll probably feel bad after eating it, but it's good. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming on, Sean. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes, thank you so much too, Marty.